Welcome to the Cooking Kitchen. My name is Yolanda and I will be assisting you today to make the recipe that you've received in your home cooking bag. Today we're going to be making a chicken burger. The patty is one of those exceptional things. So it's a very crispy and crunchy burger, very much like a KFC chicken burger. We're also going to make a very special sauce, a mayo sauce with some other trimmings to that. What you would have received in your bag would be a chicken breast, 2 rolls, some mayo, some tomato sauce, Worcester sauce, flour, buttermilk, some herbs and spices, and then some lettuce. You're welcome to add some other things to your burger if you like tomato or cheese, some onions, but I really want to concentrate on showing you how to make the KFC look-alike burger. Additional things that we might be needing for our recipe is a pan to be able to fry our patty. We need a plate. You use the little bag that you received. We need a big bowl and a smaller bowl to make our sauce, a knife, a cutting board, and of course a spoon. We're going to start our recipe off by preparing our chicken patty. We're going to prepare our chicken by marinating it in buttermilk. The reason we marinate it in buttermilk is to make sure that our chicken breast is not dry, which is easy, and it's really a tendency for chicken breasts to become quite dry. So in your bag you would have received a chicken breast cut in half. The reason for that is you have 2 rolls that you've received, so you can make 2 burgers. I'm going to take my bowl and I'm going to add my buttermilk to the bowl to create the base of my marinade. I'm also going to add some of my herbs, not all of my herbs, a little bit. I'm going to say like half of my packet. The reason for that is that it needs to marinate or give a bit of flavor to my buttermilk, but I don't want to add too much because I'm going to add the rest of my herbs to my flour. I'm just mixing it around gently, and I'm going to let that stand for a few minutes while I prepare my chicken. The chicken breast is far too thick and it's going to take a long time to cook, so what we need to do is we need to flatten it out almost to a chicken schnitzel consistency. You'll use the bag that you've received in your home cooking bag. You add 1 piece of your chicken breast into the bag, twist it around. You can use a rolling pin, maybe it's easier off the board, otherwise we make a lot of noise. You're gently going to just flatten your chicken. You don't want to kill it, it's already dead. You just need to make sure that it's flat. So it's quite noisy. Turn it over. So this is a good thing to do when you want to get rid of your frustrations. Alright, so you can see it's not too flat, it's just a bit flatter. And it's also become a bit bigger because it's been flattened out. Do the same with my second one. We flattened both our chicken breasts. Now it's time to pop them into the marinade. I'm just going to drop them into the marinade. And all I want to do is I just want to cover them. And you might need a fork, but for now it's fine. We're just going to leave them like that. You're going to leave them, and you can in reality leave them to marinate overnight or for a few hours if you're busy with something else. But if you're going to make your burger in one sitting, you let that marinate while we prepare our sauce as well as our rolls. We're going to switch our stove on to a medium heat. We're going to add our pan to that, and then we're going to add a teaspoon of oil. You can either use olive oil or you can add sunflower oil, and it's really just to coat the bottom of the pan for us to toast our rolls. You're going to start cutting your rolls in half. It's easier to use a bread knife, and again ask an adult helper or a mom or dad to help you if you struggle. You want to cut them equal on both sides, depending on how sharp your knife is. It'll either be easy or difficult, but be very careful, do not cut your fingers. We're going to let our pan just warm up a little bit. You don't want to overheat it, because otherwise your rolls are going to burn. So that should be okay. I'm going to add my first roll, and I'm just adding my buns to that. And you'll actually hear the sizzle. Just start sizzling lightly. And because you're not doing the top of your roll, you can actually touch it on the side, so it's not a big problem. I'm going to wait for that for a few seconds. You can use this fork or a spoon just to lift it up to just see what it looks like at the bottom. It's not browned yet, because we want to give it a bit of a toasted color. Just move it around a bit. The oil will help so that it doesn't really burn, and just give it that toasty color. These ones are toasted, so you toast both of your rolls. Between the two, you would add another teaspoon of olive oil or sunflower oil just to coat your pan to make sure that your second batch does not burn. We're going to keep those, or leave that to one side. Remember to switch off your pan. You don't want to keep that on. We're going to move on to our sauce, and what we're going to use is we're going to use our mayonnaise into our small little bowl. Then going to add some of our tomato sauce. To that we add our Worcester sauce, and we're just going to mix all of this together. We have not added any seasoning to this, so you're going to add your own. You just want to add a bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. Not too much. Again, if you just add a pinch of salt, you can always add more by tasting it. You can never take it out. So anything that you ever season, make sure you only use a small amount and never too much. And that's our sauce. We're going to keep our sauce to one side until we are ready to assemble. We're now going to start cutting our lettuce to prepare for the end of our burger while our chicken is still marinated. The longer you can let it marinate, the better. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut my lettuce up into smaller pieces. You don't have to, you can also tear it up. If you don't want to use a knife, you can just use your fingers and just tear them up like that. You can also now start getting your other things together that you might want to put into your burger, your cheese or tomatoes, some onions, gherkins, whatever really tickles your fancy. We've just put the lettuce so that you have the freedom to add other things. I'm going to start switching on my stove to get the oil warm for my patties. I'm going to do it on a medium to low heat so that my oil doesn't burn, because it does take a while for me to prepare my chicken. I'm going to leave that to warm up while I prepare the marinade and my patties. I'm going to bring our marinated chicken out, whether it was in the fridge or just standing on the side. We're now going to empty out the flour that you received onto a plate. I'm going to add the rest of our herbs, and you can gently just mix it around in the flour. This is going to be our base coating or an outside edge of our chicken patty. Going to pop my chicken out. And you're going to leave and try and drip as much of the buttermilk off as you can. Popping it into your flour mixture. It's quite a messy job, so if you use your hands will be quite sticky, but you can. It's just sometimes easier with a fork. Okay, you're going to make sure that it's all coated with your flour. When you're making a schnitzel, you usually do it the other way around. You will do flour, then an egg, and then your batter or your crumbs. There's no need for that. The buttercream is going to make it quite flaky, and the flour incorporates quite nicely with your buttercream. We're going to start putting our chicken into the oil. Be very careful because it's hot. You never throw patties in from above. Just gently place them into the oil. You see they're sizzling quite a lot. Make sure your stove is only on medium heat and not high, because your chicken needs to cook all the way through. So if it's too high, what will happen is the outside crust will crisp up very quickly and burn. So we're going to turn them over. They've probably been cooking on this side for probably 5 to 7 minutes. So you can see that they are starting to brown and crisp up a little bit. We're going to let them cook for another 5 to 7 minutes on the other side. After another 7 minutes, it should be brown on the other side. We need to do a bit of a test to check that it is cooked through, because we can't serve raw chicken. So while the other one stays in, what we're going to do is I'm just going to make a small incision over here, and you can see your chicken is completely white all the way through. So that means your chicken is cooked. Take the other one out. We're going to start assembling our burger. So we're going to take our 2 rolls. We're then next going to take our cut lettuce and our sauce. And an easy way to make sure that all the lettuce doesn't fall everywhere when you start eating it is to just pop your lettuce into your sauce. Just give it a quick coat, not too much. I'm then going to add to my roll. The sauce is quite saucy, so you really don't need extra butter. You can add extra butter if you really want to, but this should be enough to make sure that your burger is not dry. I'm then going to add my KFC lookalike patty. Pop the other half on, and you can either, as I said, add all your other goodies or that, and then we're just going to add a toothpick to make it look very professional, and so that everything doesn't fall apart. I think I should have a little tester just to check if this is good enough for my family for dinner. Absolutely superb.